Oh my god, what do I do? I googled it and it said I could use super glue and a stick and pull it out. It's all hardened up, so I'm gonna try and heat it up to get it soft again. Then put it onto the phone and try to— it's on fire. I am here 2 days later to report that Google is a fucking liar. You shouldn't put hot glue or super glue anywhere near your phone. I just had to spend $700 to get a new charging port and screen because it fucked it all up. What a stupid, quick, expensive mistake. They made a Cards Against Humanity filter. Like, that game is so offensive. Why would anybody do— well, that's a lot of options. Now I gotta Google that word? Fuck. No! 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 It is December 1st. You know what that means. Calendar is changed. Dogs are in sweaters. Cage is moved from the fireplace so Santa's ass can fit through it. The Christmas tree is finally allowed to go up. You guys aren't allowed to laugh, okay? This is all the Christmas spirit I'm capable of feeling this year. I think she's so cute. My neighbors have lights, so I decided that I'm gonna hang some up too. It took way longer than I thought it was going to, but at night it's gonna look so cool. A little remote to control it and everything. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, all the things. We have 30 days left in this year, guys. Make it count. You can mute your microwave by just holding down the 2 button for a couple of seconds. That way you can make food in the middle of the night without waking anybody up. So whenever you guys are making pasta or something, instead of like struggling to pour this through the strainer holding both, you could just put the strainer in the pot. Easy. Next time you go to grate cheese, don't go like this because it's frustrating and you're just gonna make a mess. Instead, turn the grater onto its side. The grater will catch all the cheese inside of there for you. Oh. I have always despised the whole glass half empty, glass half full debate because there's a clear answer here and it's about initial conditions. This glass is empty. This glass is full. Half full, half empty. Anybody who argues otherwise isn't paying attention, and this isn't about water. Go and text somebody that you have absolutely no plans with and ask them what their ETA is. Just add a little bit of panic into the routine for fun. Take a sticky note and write down, "Sorry, I scratched your car." No name, no phone number, nothing else. And then go put that on a car that you did not scratch. They're gonna be freaking out all day. If you ever have 2 friends meeting each other for the first time, make sure you tell each of them separately that the other one is hard of hearing, so they're gonna have to talk pretty loud. You're gonna end up with 2 people just politely screaming at each other. Turns out that you didn't just grow up and acquire a newfound taste and fondness for Brussels sprouts. It wasn't just that your mom was cooking them wrong. Since the 90s, breeders have been cross-pollinating different variations of Brussels sprouts to get rid of a specific chemical that makes them bitter. Meaning that the Brussels sprouts that we have today taste completely different than the ones that we had just 20, 30 years ago. Like when you were a kid and you didn't like Brussels sprouts, that was valid. We've changed them. 80% of what we perceive as taste actually comes from smell. Sweet, sour, salty, bitter, are all sensations that you've experienced on your tongue, but the actual specifics of a flavor come from the nose. That's why these air up bottles work so well at changing the flavor of water without changing the water at all. These little pods have so much smell in them that when you pop them on and then pop it up for it to work, your brain perceives it as the water changing flavor when it's really just flavored air. I've been drinking so much water since getting one of these and it feels great. So if you're interested in trying Air Up for yourself, just click the link in my bio. The food pyramid is a scam. In the late 80s, early 90s, food scientists came together to try to figure out what would be the optimal diet for a human being. But the results were not in line with what the big food corporations wanted to sell us, so they changed the science. Like, they completely changed around the whole idea of what we should be eating. The original recommended 5 to 9 servings of fruit and vegetables a day, but that got changed to just 2 or 3. The original said 3 to 4 servings of whole grain, but cereal companies especially changed that to 6 to 11 servings per day, completely changing out what the foundation of the pyramid looks like. You know, in the original, dairy wasn't even its own section at all? They added it in there, though, to make people think that it's necessary for a balanced diet. The original creator of the food pyramid has gone on record saying that it's clear that her design was just sold to the highest bidder because she does not recognize what it's turned into. And then we sit around and wonder why Americans get so sick. I lost 25,000 followers because I posted this picture in a dress. I thought it'd be kind of cool to try it out, you know, like new character unlocked. And 25,000 people said, absolutely not, this is the final straw. I just played into my masculine energy too much the past few years that people saw this and just freaked out because, like, my guys, I didn't even post all of the pictures from the photo shoot. Like, there are way more provocative ones. I think this means I have to go buy another dress and do this again. The Egyptians' love for cats is so strong that it actually cost them winning a war. This is because the Persians tied cats to their shields. And there was just no way that they were going to take a sword and fight, essentially, their gods. The American bison is the only animal whose lungs aren't separated. They share one capacity, which explains why these huge animals were able to be so easily killed with such a small weapon. One arrow to the lung and both would collapse and they would suffocate pretty quickly. Rescue dogs on 9/11 were sent into the wreckage to try and find survivors. But every person that they found was already dead, and the dogs were getting like visibly depressed by this, thinking that they weren't doing a good job. The handlers noticed this and would go and pretend to hide in the rubble. That way when the dog finally found somebody who was alive, it would boost the morale a little bit. So there was a little experiment done where they put different brands of AA batteries inside of a flashlight to see which one would last the longest. And it turns out that not all batteries are created equal. So the worst brand you could possibly buy are these yellow packaged Panasonic batteries. They only lasted 2 hours in the flashlight. Lasting only 2.5 hours were these Rayovac high energy batteries. The black Panasonics lasted around 3 hours. These Ever Ready Golds weren't all that ready, only lasting about 3.5 hours. Sunbeam came in at 4.5 hours. The CVS brand batteries lasted 5 hours exactly, while the Energizer Bunny batteries lasted 5 hours and 15 minutes. The Rite Aid home brand lasted 5.5 hours. Costco's Kirkland batteries lasted about 5 hours 45 minutes, but lasting 6 hours and taking the trophy as the world's longest lasting battery is Duracell. I mean, like, why waste your money with any of these other brands, you know? It's possible that your best friend might not consider you their best friend. You're not as nice as you think you are. Like, you're most definitely the villain in somebody else's story. Finding love isn't guaranteed in this life, and it's quite possible that the person that you might fall in love with one day in the future is in love with somebody else right now. You want to give off psychopath vibes? Say high five to someone. Hey, good job. High five. Hey, thanks. But don't lift up your hand. When you're next to somebody at a stoplight, gesture to them to roll down their window, but as soon as they do, roll yours up and carry on. Correct someone on the pronunciation of your name, even if they're saying it right. Hey, good to meet you. My name's Isabella.
Oh, hi, Isabella.
Yeah, Isabella.
Isabella?
Isabella.
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 Isabella?
Isabella. I just get really nervous before I cut my hair, and I don't know why. It's probably because like kids made fun of me whenever I did it as a kid, and I don't know. You guys, if you guys been following me for a while, you probably remember my like super long hair, like just down to here, just all on one side, and then I cut it short. But then I was just like this. I should get better at this, but I'm not. I'm scared.
The heroin salon gives Wednesday vibes. Like, look at this couch.
Just got in the car. Tell me why I look like Luke fucking Skywalker. I hope y'all are ready for this, because I wasn't. Holy shit! Look it. Yeah. Here's the full 360 for you guys. What do you think? Here's some things you can do with your body after you die that seem way cooler than being forced to wear formal wear in a box for eternity. You can become electricity. You just gotta make sure that somebody takes you to a crematorium that's able to convert the excess heat coming off your corpse into power. Your body alone would generate enough kilowatts to power 1,500 televisions for an hour. For just $120 a month plus $200,000, you can cryogenically freeze your body. Just for the hopes that one day humans will have the technology to bring you back to life. Like, you want to go through this again. You're looking for a more budget-friendly option for just $99,595. You can float 30,000 feet up in the air by putting your ashes in a biodegradable balloon until it floats high enough that it freezes and pops, and your ashes are just scattered across the ozone layer that we all breathe. Here's some things you can do with your body after you die that seem way cooler than just being put into a box into the ground. For just $250, you can get your ashes put into tattoo ink for somebody else to get you in their body. You can also get put into a firework for about $1,000. I considered this one for a long time until I realized that everybody on the ground watching would just be like, inhaling me. You can get yourself turned into a diamond for just $3,000. Or for $4,000, a vinyl record and just become like the most ultimate playlist. For about $5,000, you can become a coral reef and grow into a thriving ecosystem for a community down below the sea. For just $10,000, they can put your body inside one of these tree pods and you can grow into a tree. My personal favorite is the $12,000 option of getting your ashes sent to the moon. Before you're like, no, Jayus, that's too expensive, just remember that the average cost of a funeral is $9,000.
I'll do a wraparound. We'll wrap around.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Kinda. I'm actually fine with it. Your coffee is already infested with cockroaches. There's no better way to say this. Like, when your coffee beans get grounded up, there's most definitely cockroaches already in there. This is why when people become allergic to coffee, they also develop an allergy to cockroaches. Like, the cockroaches that crawled up in your drink probably were just smelling their brothers and sisters, looking for them. You know, if you're drinking coffee, you just have to be okay with the fact that you're also drinking cockroaches. I'm invited to a couple of events next month that are like fancy, like really, really fancy. So I had to go and buy a new suit. This is one of the ones that I ordered that looks super fucking cool, like this purple velvety color. This is blue. I'm about to fix this shit or completely ruin it. Just gonna fill a bucket up with hot water. Just add a little bit of liquid dish soap and then like a lot of salt. Wish me luck. I got gloves on and I'm just gonna add the whole bottle. I really want this to work. Alright, now the scary part. I'm just gonna put the shit in the fucking okay. Oh god, please fucking work. Please work, I beg of you. Oh fuck, it's in. The suit is in the fucking dye. So the suit keeps wanting to float to the top, so I'm gonna have to sit here for like the next 15 minutes holding it down. Rounding the shit! Okay, it's also saying to add like a tablespoon of some citrus acid, so we're just gonna pour that in. This is a good sign, right? Well, that did not work at all. At all. I'm gonna have to go order a new fucking suit. If somebody ever says that they're not really looking for anything right now, they just want to be friends, thank them for saying it first. Be like, yeah, I really didn't want to like hurt you because you're not the kind of person that I would usually date. Get ready for a chase. Anytime somebody really upsets you, just delete one letter from their contact name. Eventually, they're gonna hangman themselves. If somebody ever spreads the rumor that they had sex with you, don't deny it, because the ball is now in your court. Anybody who asks, just tell them how bad they were at it. All the weird fetishes they want to try, how they kept calling you by their mom's name, and how they shit right as they, you know. I had to actually do this one once, and it feels so good to beat a liar at their own game. Pepsi and milk, or as Lindsay Lohan would say, milk.
The mean girl?
The mean girl. Is the ratio supposed to be more Pepsi, or is it supposed to be more milk?
There's some room for the milk. Ooh, let me pour it in. Cheers. Oh,
I don't like when you like it.
it tastes like a new soda.
This is disgustingly like amazing. Have you ever tried it?
Hey, we played it. Yeah. That was the best. Let's go. Now we gotta try banana and Sprite together. Hey, we might do that. Who told you that would be a good idea? The internet.
I love being gay, but having to come out to every single new person that I meet is getting old. I love women, but having to gauge if the girl standing in front of me is gay or not before asking them out adds a whole new layer of nerves on top of a situation that is already making me nervous. I love being a part of the Legitimaquah community, but being seen as political just by existing is kind of annoying. I love being a dollar bean, but having girls assume that I have a thing for them just because I'm being nice is awkward as fuck. And the rollerblading? Killer on the ankles. Okay, here's round 2 of trying to dye this blue suit purple. Hot water in the bucket. A purple dye packet into the water bucket. Bucket of water? Shit. I'm gonna add this chemical that's like a intensifier. Oh my god, please. Please turn that into that. Did you dip it? Ah! Oh god. Oh, I forgot to wear gloves. It says to leave it in here for like an hour, but stirring frequently. So, wish me luck. It's been a few days of me just like repeating that process a few times. But it worked, and I want to give you the full experience, so just, I'm gonna go put it on. Look how good it turned out! Like, this is purple! This is the color that I wanted! I'm going to the Magic Castle right now, feeling like a little prince. Also, the pants are leather. Yeah. Did you just bite my suit, boy? Why are you growling at me? Anyway, it worked. Purple suit. So there's a few different levels and different body language tells to see if someone doesn't like you. Level 1 is contempt. Somebody in the early stages of disliking you is going to show a lot of micro expressions that'll break the mask they're trying to wear. Be a lot of like drifting eye contact, a lower lip curl, and definitely a downward flick of the eyebrows. Level 2 is annoyance. If somebody's made it to this stage, their head might face you in conversation, but the rest of their body won't. And they're gonna answer your questions with questions, but not like get to know you questions, like shut the conversation down questions. And when you talk to them, they're gonna raise their eyebrows, which is usually a good sign, but mixed with a lip press and a sarcastic head nod. Level 3 is hatred. If somebody hates you, you should know, but a lot of people are bad at being upfront with their words, so you'll notice that this person's like really expressive when talking to other people, but then when they get to you, it's just a dead, cold pin, intimidating stare, maybe even hiding their lips a little bit, but you might not even get that. A lot of people just like to act like you're not there and avoid eye contact. Facts that I wish I didn't know. When you die, the last thing to go is your hearing. So as all your other mortal sensations are leaving this world, the last thing you're ever going to experience are the sounds going on around you, which very well could be like your family members crying or cheering. By the year 2050, there's gonna be more plastic in the ocean than fish. When pigs get a cold, like a cough, very often they will shoot their intestines out of their anus, and farmers have to like stuff it back in.
When I was 18, I was so desperate to move out of my foster house that I went on Craigslist and looked for a new place to live, and I found this dude who really wasn't that weird. Like, the only thing was that he was a part-time shrimp farmer, which I looked past and moved in with him. Honestly, like one of my best roommates, until the day that I came home from a long day of classes, about to go get ready for work, and the front door is just wide open, and I'm like, oh, fuck. So I call his name, no answer. We didn't live in a good area, and I was like, shit, like somebody broke in. So I pull out my pepper spray, and I slowly, like, walk into the house, and I peer into the living room. There were 25 cats just sitting there looking at me, and I'm looking at them, and they're looking at me, and I kind of, like, move, and they'll scatter, just run out of the house. I lock the door. I'm just like, what the fuck? I'm about to call him, and I hear, like, a, like, bang on the front door, and so I open it, and it's just this girl with boxes, and she's like, why'd you shut the door? What do you mean, why did I shut the door? There was an army of cats in here. And she's like, well, I'm moving in. What? I'm your roommate's girlfriend. I'm moving in. He didn't tell me you were moving in. I don't know if I should let you in. But I did, and that was like such a weird fucking day. But not as weird as the day like a week later when she comes up, the new roommate girl knocks on my door at like 1:30 in the morning and asked me for a threesome. But that's a story for another time.
I just got a very large box from TikTok and I have no idea what it is, but I'm excited. It's a countdown little advent calendar to 2023. It's literally November 21st. I can't even open the first one yet, but I'll see you in a sec. All right, day one. What do we got? Is it a spoon? Day two. The little like TikTok stickers. Day three is a headband. 4. It's an air freshener, and it smells like Christmas. Day number 5. Yeah, it's a little TikTok like makeup bag. Day 6 is a little keychain koozie. Day 7 is kind of large. It's a little TikTok coaster. Oh, TikTok countdown week 1 is done. I really want to open up the rest of them right now, but I think I'm going to have a little bit more self-control and give you guys a part 2 next week. So, yeah, thank you, TikTok. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Meh.